Hi everyone, let's go to problem 21. Let R and S and T be solutions. So 21, we get R and S and T be solutions of x cubed. Let's just try to write x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x, and we get minus 6 equals 0. Okay, so we need to use the rational root theorem accordingly. So if you use the rational root theorem, step 1, if I say step 1, the first step that we need to take is to find out possible factors of these polynomial. So possible factors, let me say possible and integer factors this time. Integer factors. The reason why we write it possible integer factors, because the leading coefficient happens to be 1. So it's going to be factors of -6. So it could be plus minus 1, or it could be plus minus 2. It could be plus minus 3. It could be plus minus 6. Now, step number 2, we got to try using, like plugging or using these factors, integer factors, and try to plug any of these numbers to see whether it works. Okay. So if I set x equals 1, then 1 cubed plus 2 times 1 squared minus 5 times 1 minus 6 is not equal to 0. So that won't be true. But what about x equals -1? Probably it will work out. -1, let's just use mental math, and plus 2, and plus 5 minus 6 is indeed equal to 0. So it works. So x equals -1 gave us certain possibilities. So we try step number 3. Step number 3 is going to be something called the rational root, the synthetic division. So I'm going to say synthetic division right here. And if you use synthetic division, -1 will be written out. And of course, I gotta write all those coefficients first. So we have 1 and 2 and -5 and -6 out there. And that becomes 1. So -1, +1, -1, and -6. So we get +6, I would say. So we get the remainder 0, and it makes sense. So the next one is that we just have to write down x plus 1 times whichever numbers that you see becomes the coefficient of the dividend, or the quotients, I would say. Not the dividend, but the quotients. So we get x squared plus x minus 6 equals 0. And you know that this can be further factorized. That can be further factorized into x plus 3 and x minus 2 as well. So if you further factorize, we end up getting x equals -1 and -3, and we get 2. Now, all of these numbers are actually coming out from those possible integer factor list, according to, the integer root theorem. So that being said, the absolute value of -1, an absolute value of -3, and absolute value of 2 will just be equal to what? 6, and that shall be it.